Mr. Fugitt, are you the author of what has been marked as Exhibit P?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you entered this text into the county, whatever, record keeping system based upon a conversation you had with the appellants, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and did you enter it on the day you had the conversation or the day after you had the conversation?
The day after I had the conversation.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Yes. So yes, this reflects a summary of a conversation I had with the two gentlemen from their office visit on May 15th, 2025. So at the top is a date and timestamp. So our program stamps the person's information from whom entered it. So that's why it has my name in parentheses up at the top. So I can read it if that will help. I don't know what the right protocol would be. I can go from top to bottom, and then I know that the two gentlemen are going to have some questions and comments afterwards.
Maybe summarize what transpired in the conversation.
Sure. Sure. So the two gentlemen came in. I sat with them in our booth in the office, and we started discussing the violation and the red tag that was issued. So to summarize, they initially brought up a few different claims, and I provided my responses to their claims. For example, their claims as to why they feel they were exempt from a grading permit. So they felt they were exempt from a grading permit because they were doing the work for agricultural purposes. They claimed they were doing the work for in response to brush clearing and fire protection purposes. So, and then we also had a discussion about the access road and why their interpretation of why they feel that did not trigger a grading permit. So in each of their claims, I provided a response as to the county's position as to why we feel a grading permit would be required. So again, I can go over all that in detail, but that's what it boiled down to. And then item number 4 on this did talk about the grading activity that appears to go outside of the non-disturbance area. And then the very bottom section of the comment relates to a separate violation, which is not related to the grading.
Cross-examine Mr. Fugitt. So at this point in time, you stated that there is no current agricultural use of the property, and there's no cultivation production of things, and there's no known water source to support any potential agricultural uses on site. Is that true to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Is there any reason you would have signed an additional permit allowing us a 400 amp electrical panel for agricultural use for water pumps?
Or agricultural.
I have the evidence. I can submit it as well. Part of the problem, what I'm stating is that Mr. Fugitt had ample opportunity to know that before making the statement.
Exactly.
He knew that there was water on this property,
and he chose to make a statement insinuating that there is no water at the property and that there would be no potential agricultural productive value of this property.
So, I mean, I don't know how into the weeds that this is going to get. So we did approve and issue an electrical permit for the use that you described. We have yet to see any work take place for that permit.
I paid PG&E for it. We're
in works currently.
Permit expired.
It is not.
It only
It's
expires.
open.
It
We're
only expires
still
on-
in conversations with PG&E. We had multiple site
And I
inspections.
paid them over
And we paid them over
$15,000.
$15,000 to
So I
make that
don't-
assertion.
I really don't
Yes.
appreciate when you're telling me that there's
Yeah.
no agricultural production. Go ahead. So at this point in time, we know there was water on the property. You knew there was water on the property, yet you made this statement. Is there any reason you made that statement?
So we have yet to see the use of that water. So the reason that the water portion was added to this, we have many people that come into our office that request, that talk about agricultural uses on their property, and water is one of the first things that is brought up. So that's why I made this statement and put in here specifically, is because while you may have started that process, we have yet to see a defined agricultural use on the property. Water typically supports an agricultural use.
Well, yes, but the
Stated as any potential
Yeah.
agricultural uses, not current agricultural uses. You're
You-
stating
well,
that
let's-
in the
let's-
future.
let's not. So you're talking about potential. And in that case, according to even Michelle Hardin's, you have access to, you're the building director, so you have access to every and all permits that have ever been pulled for this thing.
Yes.
There were no less than 2 permitted house plans for this parcel. They both have water from Clear Creek Service District,
Yes.
and they've been stamped and approved. So
Yes.
when we talk about potential, it seems like I'm just trying to have an understanding, because you could have said that at this point there is no cultivation, but for you to make a very bold statement saying there's no use, there's no potential use, that's pretty inflammatory.
Okay, I don't hear a question.
I'm just asking why this mistake was made, Mr.
Was
Fugitt.
it a mistake or was it a wanton misrepresentation in its statement?
So the use of water to support an agricultural, so if there was a use of water that we were aware of, that would support an agricultural use. You know, I have a well, I have a water source of some kind, but there's nothing being used right now. That was the intention behind that comment.
I disagree with that. I think it's, I can personally disagree. I think you should have known better, but